make it right, and you end up performing to try earn favor, love. And again, even like folks need a breakthrough or they need something. Okay, let's fast. Like, I need to just fast. I need to just do this. I need to just, and it's like all these things. And in some of my previous posts, I was speaking about like what's written on your heart, and like these are some of the things. I need to do this. I need a breakthrough, so I need to do this. And we think that that's like what the Lord requires of us, but He never did. He was like, "You're my sons. Like, I'm a good father. Like, what father would give their son a stone? And even better is our Heavenly Father." And it's like the work is done, like, and we don't need to perform for that stuff. And there's such a freedom in that. And like, the Lord doesn't bring guilt and condemnation, right? If anything, like, and even if we feel conviction, it's like out of love. It's really love that leads us anywhere. Because when love is so pure and strong, like, you can't hide. I mean, you can hide from it, but like when it does touch you, it can burn. It can hurt in the best of ways, and that convicts you. Like, I've been in those situations where just grace and love really breaks you because you can't believe it or handle it. And the Lord just does not do like condemnation, but we do it really well. And we allow other voices to do it really well, and we think that by doing that, like, we're more spiritual, like, but actually all we're doing is just beating ourselves up. And you can see it in a lot of Christians. They're just down and they're tired because they're just on this wheel of condemnation and trying to do this and that, and then not, and then feeling bad, and setting a time for a 7-day fast and only doing 5 days and then feeling guilty about it. And it's like all these things that we just don't need to do. We don't need to perform and do them, when you can like realize that you're a son, that you have everything you need. Yes, doing those things are great and they can be such a joy, but from that place, right? Like, again, from a place of sonship, like the work is done. Now me fasting's out of a joy, and it's like a choice. And how much better is doing something because you want to versus doing something because you have to? Like, who wants to spend time with someone because they have to, And performance leads you to the have tos. I have to do this or I have to do that. And again, we coat it in spiritual work, so we just think we're fine, but actually we're kished and we need a break. And we need to stop beating ourselves up. And we need to just realize, bro, you don't need to do that fast, actually. You don't need to spend those 4 hours doing that. You can actually go for a surf, or you can go for a run, or, you know what, actually you can skip church on that Sunday and be with your family, Like, you can do these things and actually feel free about them because you are free. And the Lord never required a lot of the stuff from you. It's all performance to try look like a Christian. And like, we do that a lot. We look like Christians, and to look like a Christian can be tiring. And that's why it's like these things of who put that there, who said that, why am I doing this? And just even like saying this, like, don't stop doing that stuff, but do it from a place of freedom. Don't do it because you have to. Do it because you can or you want to. Like, as soon as you feel like, oh, I have to do this to get here, or like, I need to do something so that God will be with me, that's like wrong already. Because right then in that moment, God is closer to you than He has ever been. He's with you at all times. It's a degree that you can become aware is the degree that you'll experience it. It's like right there at any given moment. And instead of having to do something to get it, just start thinking like, hey, maybe I already have it. And like, I don't need to perform to do it. And again, that kind of thinking, like I said, if you sit and examine in your own life, you see it pop its head in different things. Like when you're sitting and you say, give a certain word, or you want to give a certain prayer, or you want to do this or say that. And it's often like, sounds good. Even praying for people, like, evangelizing. A lot of it's not because you see someone and you move by love to go pray and compassion to pray for them or to be there for them. A lot of it's because one, maybe you need a good testimony to tell on Sunday, or maybe it's because that that's what you should be doing as a Christian, right? Another should be. And then you walk past people and you don't pray for them and you're like, oh, and you feel guilty and then you feel bad, and then it's like, oh, there's something wrong with me. And that's what religion and performance does, right? Because you don't match up to it, and then you just sit there thinking that something's wrong with you. And the spiral begins, and the gospel, the good news is like, hey man, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing at all wrong with you, and you are loved and you are free. And in fact, I think by being free and not performing, you actually display more of Christ, because you are one, happy, you guilt-free. You are free and you're joyful in doing the things that you can. Because like, how many times are, I think I read something, I might get it wrong now, but it was like along the lines of, what's better, the guy sitting in church dreaming that he was surfing, and sorry I use surfing a lot, it can be anything, but like the guy sitting in church wishing he was surfing, or the guy surfing thinking about Christ? It's like, which one is actually better? Now again, I'm not against church and the body. I really do. Getting together with people, community is everything. This isn't a solo walk, but just that concept of like being free and doing what you are doing can still and does display Christ if you're doing it with him, when you realize he's with you in everything. So theoretically, I can be doing housework with Christ in the same amount of anything as if I was, at church for 3 or 4 hours in a good worship session. And again, some of the thinking behind this was, like I said in some of my first ones, what about the people who can't make it to the 3-hour worship encounter service? They've got kids at home, they've got a family. What about the husband or wife whose spouse doesn't believe in the Lord and they can never go to these things? What about these situations where I'm from, there's a lot of poverty? What about the people, and just class different, like they're never going to come to our sort of encounter services? It's like people, there is that. Does that mean that there's lesser than? And the truth is, no, it doesn't. But the way we view it in sacred, secular, and separation, it does mean that. And there's something wrong with that, because this is a gospel for everyone, and Christ is with everyone to the fullest. You can't get more measures of him by going to a certain congregation, or not congregation, like, what's the word? Denomination. Like you can't get more if you go to a better worship set. What if a church didn't have a band? Which even my church used to struggle with that. Sometimes we didn't have enough members for a band. So what then? Now we're not worshiping. It's like all these things. And the truth is, like, man, there is no separation. And that stuff, it's great to have, but it doesn't determine anything. And where you are in any given moment, you can be as close to God as you want, and as spiritual as you want, and do these good things by all means, but as a son or a daughter, not as a performance. Don't perform to earn something, because you can't. Because if you could earn it, then why did Jesus have to come and give it all? Then it's taken away from what he actually did. And then it's not a gospel that's free, because you can do something to get it. And the reality is that the good news is that it's a free gift, fully given to you and to me. So on that note, for now, I think I will stop. Been fun chatting to myself again. See myself later.